Yes. Okay, I should be live. Yes, okay. So you should be able to see my screen, be able to listen to me as well as see my face, right? So yes, so welcome back to another live, guys. Very excited on today's market. So we'll see what is to come, right? So this is an unexpected turn that was towards the downside, right? So we should get into the analysis of that very soon. And right before that, for those of you who are joining or watching this for the first time, right? Welcome. And what we basically do is we try and analyze the market on what exactly happened today through basic chart reading, through option chain analysis, through OI data, and try and also predict on what could happen tomorrow, right? So yes, very interesting. So those of you joining for the first time, make sure you subscribe and make sure you like this video specifically before I start. And yes, for those of you who have been joining us from a long time, welcome back, and we shall get into it right away, right? So yes, tomorrow would be expiry, 1st June, first day of the month itself. It's an expiry, so very interesting. First expiry of the June month as well, right? So yes, quickly coming into Nifty markets, right? We'll start with Nifty today, and we'll see how it has been going, right? So okay, this is Bank Nifty. Quickly coming to Nifty. So yes, so what we saw at least from the market yesterday was again mixed signals, right? Where we actually knew that okay today we weren't very sure on what could happen, and that was very good information for us, right? We weren't biased towards either a very bullish side or very bearish side, right? We knew we would understand what would be happening in the market today, right? So we kind of did see. Okay, we thought we would wait until market opens and then start predicting our trades than a carryover trade from yesterday, right? So yes, what we saw is very sideways yesterday, and today we saw a big downfall on the markets, right? So almost a 40 point gap down opening that we saw, 40 point gap down opening today. We saw this specific level break, right? 18,650. So these were two levels where we were talking about before as well, in terms of okay, if it does break, we could see it head a little more down, right? So breaking out of 18,700 really was a bullish sign, and we did expect, at least through charts, that it could go much more higher. But we saw this gap down opening today, and also not only the gap down where it came back down from 18,700, it broke our trend line, as well as our 18,650 support that was drawn from our price chart, right? So this three was a direct confirmation that okay, we could be what do you call, headed a little more lower as well, right? So yes, so those were the signs, at least, that okay, we could be heading a little more lower. We'll be looking at the OI change data as today, which would have clearly shown us, right? So we will be coming to that very soon. But yes, we saw market heading lower. It's ended around 18,622, but our at least on based on OI, we see our supports would be only around 18,500, 18,400, 18,300, right? Which is a little more lower, and that's why one expected reason for me is we could be headed a little more lower at least, right? So we saw a small reversal from 18,575 at least towards 18,622 towards the end. This is a trend line drawn exactly for the same. I was just looking at it, but yes, we shall actually understand the downfall a little more in our OI analysis, right? Quickly coming, yes, to the option chain itself, we can understand our resistance support, as well as what exactly happened on basis of change, right? So yes, quickly coming to yes, Nifty 50 OI, perfect. So yeah, PCR 0.8 also, which is shown here. showing us a very bearish signal, right? So if you look at it here on the call side, you can see it clearly that a lot of addition on the call side, right? So a lot of addition on the call side means that a lot of sellers at that particular level, which basically is telling that, okay, market would not be heading higher than this level. And tomorrow being expiry, these are very important levels as well, right? Because they would be expecting it to go to zero. So if you look at it here, we see huge additions in the call side, right? 53 lakh, 69 lakh, 27 lakh, 43 lakh, and 18,600, 18,700, and even 18,650. You look at it, it's almost 1.5 crore to 1 crore each, right? So, which is a very big OI at that particular level. And yesterday's option chain, what we saw was there was an addition on both the sides, right? That means they were still trying to figure out a particular side in which they wanted to move, right? But today is a more clear sign and gives us an idea of tomorrow's expiry, right? So if you look at it on the put side, there's not only that there is a very small addition, but it's negative, right? It's actually 11 lakh people have been going out at this particular level, only 3 lakh at 18,350 addition, another 14 lakh who are going out of those particular levels, right? So that's one reason why I see markets heading a little more lower tomorrow because of the direct OI addition at particular levels itself, right? So that is one thing coming into, we should, so the OI change would be exactly the same thing what we saw, right? So you look at it here, 18,500 itself, we have 56.54 lakh addition, we have 49 lakh addition at 80,550. So we could be headed a little more lower tomorrow, right? So that is one particular thing. And yes, support wise, we could see at least here 18,500 is one support, 18,400 not very strong, but is our secondary support, right? So our resistance, at least for now, is much more stronger. PCR of 0.8, right? We'll just compare it quickly with yesterday's PCRs. Today's 31st May, going into 30th May, right? Yes, so 30th May, you look at it 1.3, right? So 1.3 to 0.8, where it moves directly under 1, gives us a very bearish sentiment to the market, right? So if we also get a similar kind in Bank Nifty's analysis, we will be sure, right? Okay, this particular trade at least. This particular analysis would work out clearly, right? As long as there's no a different kind of data showing in Bank Nifty, right? So Nifty, as we saw right now, very bearish is our sentiment towards the market, right? So yes, quickly coming into Bank Nifty. One second, I just wanted to see a small thing. Right before we move into Bank Nifty, I just wanted to see a different time frame. Give me one second while it loads. But yes, also for those of you who are have taken trades today, make sure you put them down in the comments on which trade you exactly took, and at least on what basis, right? Let's say, for example, your strategy is to see if I write DII data and trade, let me know so that we also understand a different perspective of trading, right? But yeah, quickly, let's move on to Bank Nifty futures. So for 44,246 is currently where we are at, right? So give me one second. I think there's a lot of right. So let me just quickly mute my phone so that whoever's chatting in the Stolo community can keep it at the community for now, right? So yes, you can make sure. So yeah, for those of you who do not know or who are not part of our Telegram group, make sure you join our Telegram group, right? So a lot of traders are there from all over the country. You can make sure to have a quick chat with them, share insights, as well as it's mainly for support of the product itself, right? So any issues faced on the product, you can ping there, and we would immediately get back to you and try and solve that particular problem, right? So yes, it's a very nice platform to be on our Telegram channel, basically. So yeah, make sure you join it. I think there is a conversation happening there right now. That's why the notification sounds. But yes, quickly continuing into the analysis, right? So Bank Nifty is what we were looking at again. We had a gap down opening very similar to Nifty, right? We saw a trend line being broken down. We saw this resistance is something we were talking about yesterday, right? So if we looked at it, 44,500, this level is something we were talking about yesterday as well, in terms of, okay, if we it highly likely looked like it would break out of this particular level, and if it did break out in a very clear and neat manner, we knew that markets could be headed higher, right? So this was one more confirmation as during the opening itself that we were headed in a bearish market, is that it did not break out of our 44,500 level, which is a very strong resistance in terms of Bank Nifty, right? You look at it, yes. So we had almost an 80 point gap down opening. I don't know the exact point, but yes, approximately, right? So that was the gap down opening. So there was a small arch which we have been seeing for a couple of days, where if Nifty or Bank Nifty moves in this particular manner, in a curved manner towards the either the downside. If it's in the downside, that means we are expecting the market not to come back, at least for that particular day, right? So this is one thing which showed us that, okay, it could head a little more higher towards the end. So that was the basic analysis of the charts that we see here, right? So markets, yeah, again. So we'll quickly come to the OI. Based on OI, we can clearly understand if Bank Nifty also is in the same way of Nifty, where there's a huge addition in the call side, right? If that is the case, then we can see a very bearish, or should I say the same color as my t-shirt, expiry tomorrow, right? So yeah, that is one thing we shall also be seeing. So yes, quickly getting into it. Let me just, so yeah, it's at Nifty 50, quickly changing it to Bank Nifty, right? Yes. Give me 1 second. Also, make sure to put your comments in the, your predictions in the comments on how do you think tomorrow's expiry would turn out, right? If you think it is going to be blood red, make sure you put it in the comments below, right? Yes. So yeah, my t-shirt color is going to be an indicator. It's a direct indicator for tomorrow, right? So yes, quickly looking at Bank Nifty, right? So yeah, Bank Nifty, again, we look at it, you see the addition of 30 lakh, 26 lakh, 13 lakh on the call sides, whereas there is only 4 lakh, 8 lakh addition on the put side, right? Which again is quite a clear indicator that, okay, we could be heading a little more lower tomorrow, right? And if you look at it, the almost 44,000 is one particular level, which is a very strong support, right? So 44,000 would be our support zone for now, because we see 42 lakh OI there, but we do not see a lot of addition to that particular support as of today, right? So which could be meaning that we could be heading a little more lower, right? So 44,500 is our current resistance as of now because as we saw, one is directly on the chart, we saw price action where it was not breaking out of it very clearly, right? And we see a huge amount of OI here. We see it reduced a little, but there is still around 52 lakh, which is still the highest in the call side OI, right? So that is another reason why it is still our resistance at least, right? So OI as well, I'm assuming it should have moved, PCI should have moved under one, right? If I'm not wrong, yes, 0.8. So same as Nifty itself, we are at zero point 0.8 over here as well, right? And if you look at the charts directly as well, you see a lot of call side sellers, which means that we could be heading a little more lower, right? So 44,000 level is one level where if it does clearly break out of, we could see it head much more lower, right? Because if you look at it, 43,900, 43,800, all these have very less OI for it to be a very strong support, right? So this is one particular level we shall be looking at, and based on at least our OI data and our chart reading, we are looking at a very bearish expiry, right? So that's what we should be expecting for tomorrow. And one thing is, as soon as market opens, after 10 a.m. is when we usually start looking at the OI change, and that would give you a very good idea on where the market could expire as well, right? So hopefully you got your resistance support levels for your option selling side, maybe a hint of market direction for your option buying side. So yes, that was our market analysis. Quick disclaimer: we do not provide any calls or tips, right? Anything we are telling here, make sure you back it up with your own analysis and then take the trade, right? Or before you even take the trade, make sure you consult your financial advisor and then you take the trade, right? So this what we do here is complete for educational purpose, and it's our understanding, right? It's what we see is what we are trying to tell. So yes, thank you so much for joining in again. Make sure you subscribe if you're watching this later. So all the lives are on our YouTube channel, so you can even watch our previous lives. So make sure you like and subscribe to our channel, and yes, make sure you join in tomorrow, and we shall see how the market ends in our first June expiry of 2023. Yes, thank you, and hope you have a great day.